through the grapevine, somebody said they ain't gonna respond to me because I ain't ran nothing down. Man, have any one of you fool-ass niggas ever looked the other way and said, man, who have you ran down, nigga? You feel me? Who have you ran down? You feel me? We not talking about what other niggas doing around you or what you paying for, family. Who have you physically done made checked out, man? Hey, listen, I can say this. And I stamp it. Strike me if I'm lying. I done made somebody meet that flat line. I'm not proud of it. I ain't glorifying it. I'm just saying, though. I done made a nigga meet the flat line before. You feel me? A few niggas can vouch for me, man. Because, hey, listen, a few niggas can vouch for me.
NBA Youngboy just crossed the line that got the whole internet going crazy. And NLE Choppa's baby mama is laughing at this man on Twitter, saying he's dissed Youngboy more than he's talked to his own son this month. But here's where it gets real wild. YB just previewed a track going at Choppa's mama, and Shorty is not having it. Let me break this whole situation down for y'all because this beef just went from rap beef to straight disrespectful. No cap. To understand how we got to this point where these two are going at each other's families, we gotta go back to when NLE Choppa was just a young cat from Memphis looking up to his favorite rapper. And guess who that was? NBA Youngboy, gang. This ain't no made-up story. Choppa was on record multiple times saying YB was his favorite artist.
Youngboy my favorite rapper. I'm trying to be with Youngboy, he my favorite rapper.
Back in 2019, this man was literally begging to make a song with Youngboy, posting on his stories talking about Youngboy my favorite rapper, I'm trying to work with Youngboy.
Since y'all want to post everything, you'll post it. Youngboy my favorite rapper, fuck you talking about.
But here's the real tea. While Choppa was out here fanboying, Youngboy always seen him as a goofy. From day one, YB looked at this man like he was some type of wannabe, some basketball player trying to rap and act hard. And let me keep it 100 with y'all, Youngboy got a good eye for spotting fake energy, and he peeped Choppa's whole vibe from the jump. See, back in the day, Choppa was doing remixes to Youngboy songs left and right. He remixed Through the Storm and called it Through the Rain. He was literally studying YB's whole style, trying to copy his flow, his energy, everything. People in the comments were calling him NBA Youngboy Light and Discount Youngboy, and honestly, they wasn't wrong. Shorty was biting hard as hell. Now let me tell y'all about the first time these two had issues. March 2019, Choppa was on Instagram Live with his homies, and one of his boys started talking crazy about Youngboy. His friend said YB wasn't a real killer and called him out his name. Choppa tried to tell his boy to chill because he was live with mad people watching, but the damage was done. That clip started making rounds, and it got back to Youngboy real quick. YB hopped on his own live that same day and addressed it. He said something like, "Ain't no killer, who said I ain't no killer?" And you could tell he was heated. But here's what's crazy. Choppa immediately went back on live trying to do damage control. This man was damn near crying, talking about Youngboy, my favorite rapper. I want to make a song with him. I ain't beefing with nobody. But Youngboy wasn't hearing that. In his mind, if you can't control your people when they disrespecting him, then you just as guilty. That's street politics 101. And YB been moving by that code his whole life. Now this is where things started getting spicy. Back in 2023, Youngboy did that interview with Rap Radar, and he said something that had the whole internet talking. He basically called out fake gangsters in the game without naming names, but everybody knew who he was talking about. YB said, and I quote, "You look at all these rappers' videos, you're gonna see a gun in his video, right? But you gotta dig a little deeper sometimes, bro. Look at his mama. His mama ain't no gangster, so how the hell is he a gangster?"
You're gonna see a gun in his video, right? You go to the next one, he got a gun in his video, right? Man, you gotta dig a little deeper sometimes, bro. All right, man, look at his mama. His mama ain't no gangster, so how the fuck is he a gangster? That shit don't be adding up, bro.
Don't try to sit on.
Don't try it on. It's our entertainment.
Gang, when I tell y'all the streets knew exactly who he was talking about, this was a direct shot at NLE Choppa and his whole image. Youngboy was basically saying, if your mama ain't built like that, then you ain't built like that either. And let's keep it real. Mama Choppa been managing her son's career.
It's going down and you know where to be found. You don't need to check on your son.
Well, I hope what went down is that you washed them damn dishes.
The dishes. The dishes, mom.
The dishes.
All of this going on, you talking about the dishes.
Yeah.
The dishes. Okay.
Ow! Yeah, I will. Go ahead, I'm not playing. I don't give a shit. I'm not playing with you.
Still bird.
Take your ass to bed.
Still bird.
She didn't hit me with a toaster. I'm calling child protective service.
How? So they can come remove your ass.
Do it again. I bet you won't. You hear me?
She been on interviews talking about keeping him out of trouble, posting motivational quotes on Instagram. She ain't no street figure, and YB called that out. But that's just the beginning, though. The real beef started when Choppa picked a side in that deadly war between Youngboy and Lil Durk over King Von's death. Remember when Lil Reese tweeted about YB not being on Demon Time and just rapping like everybody else? NLE Choppa jumped in them comments and said, "I stamped that. Fam." That was the moment Youngboy said, "Bet it's up with you too." See, what people don't understand is that Youngboy and Durk's beef wasn't just rap beef. People was really dying behind that situation. When Von got killed in Atlanta, that started a whole war between Chicago and Baton Rouge. So when Choppa co-signed Lil Reese's tweet, he was basically picking a side in some real street politics. That wasn't no game.
It wasn't never with me picking a side. Honestly, bro, I barely read what Lil Reese said. I barely really read what he said. I just know what he was saying was siding with my boy Von. If you would have asked me what Lil Reese tweeted, I wouldn't have been able to speak it word for word. I wouldn't have been able to tweet the whole tweet, because at the end of the day, that wasn't the purpose behind it. Like being on the side or just trying to be in some shit. It was just out the simple fact, like, bro don't be able to defend his name, and like I just feel like with street stuff, if you did it, if that was your work, if you did all this and do that, speak freely of it, speak highly of it. You got every right to do it.
January 2022. This is when Youngboy dropped I Know and went straight at Choppa's neck. This wasn't no subliminal, this was a full-blown diss track. YB said Choppa's mama would be crying when she sees him in a coffin, talking about wanting his soul. The man was sending death threats through melodies, and the whole hip-hop world was like, damn, YB really going at this young boy. Fast forward to 2024, and this is where NLE Choppa made the biggest mistake of his career. Out of nowhere, this man drops KO, a whole music video dissing NBA Youngboy. And let me tell you something, the timing was suspect as hell. This was right when Youngboy was the hottest rapper in the game, getting crazy numbers, selling out shows, had that whole tour popping. Choppa saw that buzz and wanted some of that smoke for himself. The KO video was some real artistic type shit, had Youngboy depicted as a puppet with strings, calling him a slave to the system. Choppa was dancing around with YB's head doing all types of choreography. It was creative, I'll give him that, but it was also desperate as hell. This man spent probably 6 figures on a music video just to get Youngboy's attention. But here's what really happened. Youngboy peeped game immediately. He knew Choppa was using his name for clout, trying to get some of that attention. So what did YB do? He ignored him completely. Didn't give him the response he was looking for because real recognized real, and Youngboy knew this was all cap. But YB did mention him in passing on a track, and what he said was cold as ice. He basically said Choppa ain't never ran nothing down. Street talk for saying this man ain't never killed nobody, so he can't even respond to him. That's some real disrespectful energy right there, basically calling Choppa a fake killer who ain't really about that life. So what does Choppa do? This man drops another diss called Hello Revenge a few weeks later. Now he's really trying to force a response, getting more desperate by the day. The video had Bible verses and everything, trying to make it seem like he was on some righteous mission, but everybody could see through it. This was just clout chasing at its finest. The aftermath.
I think he doing this whole YB diss stuff because he's trying to get the attention of a lot of people. I think bro got something else planned. Like that's the feeling I got. Like all this YB diss stuff, I think it's just to get everybody attention. Like the dance moves, the choreography. I think NLE trying to show us like he not a one-trick pony. Like he can do it all. At this point, these disses ain't really disses, if y'all get me.
Now here's where things get really wild. A few weeks ago, Youngboy previewed a snippet going at NLE Choppa's mama.
Look at him. He's not grown. He's still a little pooty poo. Oh, shut up!
I ain't gonna repeat exactly what he said because it was disrespectful as hell. But let's just say he was talking about her appearance and calling her out her name. The internet went crazy when that snippet dropped because everybody knew YB had crossed a major line. But wait, it gets worse. NLE Choppa responded, and this man really went off the deep end. He got on Instagram Live talking about how NBA Youngboy ain't really a killer, saying he just pays people to do his dirty work. But then, and this is where it gets really stupid, Choppa started claiming he's actually killed somebody before. This man really self-snitched to a murder on Instagram Live, talking about making somebody meet the flatline.
Through the grapevine, somebody said they ain't gonna respond to me because I ain't ran nothing down. Man, have any one of you fool-ass niggas ever looked the other way and said, man, who have you ran down, nigga? You feel me? Who have you ran down? You feel me? We not talking about what other niggas doing around you or what you paying for, family. Who have you physically done made checked out, man? Hey, listen, I can say this. And I stamp it. Strike me if I'm lying. I done made somebody meet that flat line. I'm not proud of it. I ain't glorifying it. I'm just saying, though. I done made a nigga meet the flat line before. You feel me? A few niggas can vouch for me, man. Because, hey, listen, a few niggas can vouch for me.
Gang, let me keep it 100 with y'all. That was the dumbest thing this man could have said. You don't go on social media talking about bodies, especially when you're trying to prove you're harder than somebody. That's not street, that's just stupid. Real killers move in silence. They don't get on Instagram Live bragging about it. Now let me explain something to y'all about how this beef really looks from a street perspective. Youngboy got credibility in these streets that Choppa just don't have. YB been through real situations. He been shot at. He been to jail multiple times. He lost homies to the streets. His music reflects real pain and real experiences. Choppa, on the other hand, was a basketball player who started rapping. He ain't never been through no real street situations like that. His mama been managing his career, keeping him out of trouble, making sure he stay on the right path.
Y'all need to stop the cap and stop trying to throw NBA Youngboy and him in the same category. They don't have no beef. They ain't got no issue. It's none of that. Stop bringing that shit out because everybody tired of it. That's not the case. You starting stuff and you starting beef that has no relevance. They do not, absolutely do not have an issue with one or the other. Leave that shit alone. Point blank, period.
There's nothing wrong with that, but you can't then turn around and try to act like you're some type of street legend. But here's the part that really got me laughing. NLE Choppa's baby mama, Marissa, jumped on Twitter and started going at her own baby daddy. She said, and I'm paraphrasing, that Choppa has dissed NBA Youngboy more times this month than he's talked to his own son. She's literally laughing at this man on social media, calling him a clown for how he's been moving. Think about that for a second, fam. Your own baby mama is clowning you on the internet because you're so obsessed with getting attention from another rapper that you're neglecting your own kid. That's some real pathetic energy right there. Marissa went on to say that she's embarrassed by how Choppa been moving, talking about how he's making himself look stupid chasing after Youngboy for a response. She said she's tired of people asking her about the beef because it's making her and their son look bad by association. And the street's been talking about this whole situation. People are saying Choppa looks desperate, like he's willing to do anything for some buzz. He went from being a young artist with potential to looking like a complete goofy who's willing to diss people's mamas and self-snitch to murders just to get some attention. Now let me break down what's really happening here. This whole beef shows the difference between real street credibility and manufactured drama. Youngboy, whether you like him or not, has always been consistent with his energy. He don't need to chase clout or start beef for attention. The streets already know what time it is with him. But NLE Choppa, this man has been trying to reinvent himself every few months. First, he was the young wild boy from Memphis. Then he went through his spiritual phase, talking about herbs and healthy living, selling BBL pills and talking about opening his third eye. Now he's back trying to act like a killer. The inconsistency is showing, and people are starting to see through the act. The fact that his own baby mama is laughing at him publicly tells you everything you need to know. When the people closest to you are calling you out for being fake, that's when you know you've lost the plot completely. What's really crazy is how Choppa went from making songs called Free Youngboy when YB was locked up to now dissing him and his mama. That shows you this man got no loyalty, no principles. He'll switch up on anybody if he thinks it'll benefit him. At the end of the day, this whole situation is a perfect example of what happens when you try to use somebody else's name for clout. NLE Choppa thought he could get some buzz by going at the hottest rapper in the game, but all he did was expose himself as a desperate artist who's willing to cross any line for attention. Youngboy played this perfectly. He ignored the obvious clout chasing, only responded when necessary, and let Choppa destroy his own reputation. Now we got Choppa's baby mama laughing at him, the internet clowning him, and his credibility completely shot. The lesson here is simple. Gang, stay in your lane and build your own buzz. Don't try to ride another man's wave because it'll always backfire. NLE Choppa went from being a promising young artist to looking like a complete joke, all because he couldn't resist chasing that young boy attention. And for all y'all watching, remember this: real recognize real, and fake always gets exposed eventually. The street's been watching, and they see exactly what type of energy both these artists are on. Choppa can make all the diss songs he wants, but at the end of the day, he's still gonna be seen as the goofy who was begging to work with Youngboy just a few years ago. What y'all think about this whole situation? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know if you think Choppa can come back from this, or if his reputation is completely cooked. And make sure y'all subscribe because we got more street tea coming your way. Until next time, keep it 100, fam.